Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. Alhamdulillah, yeah. Welcome everyone to the Strategy Dialogue Series, a program organized by University Transformation Divisions in collaborations with PTAR, yeah, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak. I'm Nur Hayati Saad, will be the host and moderator for this program. There are four main objectives for these programs. Yeah? So the first one is actually to provide a platform for leaders, managers, and individual staff to discuss strategies in driving University Technology Mara towards the strategic goal, yeah, to be globally renowned university by 2025. The second one is to continuously synthesize and digest strategies deliberated by all panelists today, yeah, in supporting UITM movement. The third one, together input and integrate all strategies from UITM international and national collaborators. And the fourth one is to share on UITM achievement and a recent initiative in supporting community development. Alhamdulillah, yeah, today we have gathered some of well-experienced and key person for our program for this first series, yeah, which is entitled The Strategies Toward a Globally Marketable 2023 for Globally Renowned University in Research and Innovation. We also invite our collaborators from the Netherlands as a panelist to discuss some of challenges facing by UITM community and the strategies how to handle it. Yeah, as we navigate through these unprecedented times, it has become clear that we need to think and act strategically together, inshallah. Yeah, and what is actually, yeah, as a whole, what is actually strategies and why strategies are important for everybody, especially when we are focusing for University Technology Mara. Yeah, for example, which approach is the most effective in which situation, specifically when we focus for research and innovation. Yeah, the challenge we face require us to be prepared, yeah, and think and act, yeah, in global perspective manner together, yeah, so that, yeah, all those kind of discussion, yeah, we can take upon, yeah, based on collective action and collaboration across department and with external collaborators for UITM, we can work together. Yeah, so that's why, yeah, today everybody, yeah, who are actually online, yeah, we are today to share ideas and explore our new approaches, yeah, in solving the interconnected complex challenge, yeah, whatever we are facing in VUCA worlds. Yeah, hope that, yeah, this forum will not only inspire everybody, but also it will be more meaningful connection and synergies that can drive a real change for University Technology Mara. Yeah. So I hereby, yeah, welcome our respected panelists. Yeah. Salam Ramadan, Prof. Nur Azhar. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yeah. And also the second panelist, Prof. Rusuk. How are you, Prof?
Yeah, thank you. Me too.
Okay.
Fine, thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. To start with, yeah, the session, okay, let me introduce our panelists briefly. Yeah. So I would like firstly, yeah, uh, introduce our first panelist, yeah, our beloved, yeah, Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation yang berbahagia Prof. Technologist Dr. Nur Azhar Abdul Rahman. Yeah, allow me to read, yeah, Prof. Biography. Yeah. Prof. Azhar Abdul Rahman is actually was born, yeah, in Muar, Johor, and received her early educations at Convent School and Sultan Abu Bakar Secondary School in Muar. She then pursued her bachelor degree in chemical engineering at the University of Minnesota Duluth and the University of Missouri Roller in the United States. Not stopping there, she further expanded her expertise in NDT and obtained a master degree from Brunel University, United Kingdom in 1996. and she later received her PhD in chemical and process engineering from University Kebangsaan Malaysia in 2006. Yeah, she has successfully obtained over 50 research projects. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, yeah, Prof. Yeah, from various sectors with a total grant up to 7 million. Among her high impact grant acquisitions include the Ministry of Science and Technology, MOSTI grant, and the People Republic of China Collaborative Research Grant between UITM and Guangzhou University of Science and Technology was more than 2 million in 2017. Yeah, she has also published more than 40 index articles and is a former chief editor of the Malaysian Journal of Chemical Engineering and Technology. She has received numerous high impact accomplishments, including the Leadership Award from UITM, Best Professor in Chemical Engineering, and the Oblique Award by the British Invention Show, and many more. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, ya Prof. Okay. And let me introduce the second panelist yang berbahagia, Prof. Engineer Technologist Dr. Muhammad Rusub Mahmud. Yeah. So Prof. Rusub is a distinguished academic and researcher in the field of nanotechnology and material science. He is the director of Institute of Science, which is one of the 14 centers of excellence in UITM, specializing in optoelectronic devices fabrication and nanotechnology. And the second one, also specialized in nanotechnology for renewable energy. Yeah, he has held many posts throughout his career, namely, I just read, Chairman Research and Publication Committee, UITM Council of Professor, Deputy President Malaysia Nanotechnology Association, as a head or founder or researcher for NanoSciTech Center, Institute of Science, Head Center for Functional Material and Nanotechnology, Institute of Science, Head of Founder Researcher NanoSciTech Center for Functional Material and Nanotechnology, Institute of Science, and Nano Electronic Center, School of Electrical Engineering. Yeah, so he obtained his PhD of engineering in optoelectronics back in 2003 at Nagoya Institute of Technology, and he got his master also from the same institute and his bachelor of engineering from Nagoya University. Quite long, CV, bro. Okay. He got at least 1,167 total published research in Scopus publication, while published research publications cited by Scopus are 4,429 papers with 37 H index. Alhamdulillah, Prof. Okay. And finally, our third speaker, our international panelist from the Netherlands, yang berbahagia Professor Insinyur Dr. Marijan Jansen. Currently, Prof. Marijan Jansen is a visiting professor at Accounting Research Institute, ARI UITM. Thank you very much as well, ARI. Okay, he is a professor in ICT and governance and head of the Information and Communication Technology section of the Technology Policy and Management Faculty of Delft, University of Netherlands. He is a co-editor in chief of Government Information Quarterly, associate editor of the International Journal of Electronic Business Research, Electronic Journal of E-Government, International Journal of E-Government Research, Decision Support System, and Information System Frontiers. He served as conference chair of IFIP series, is a program series, which is a track chair, and also mini track chair, at the various conference series, So his research is actually focused on the design and service orchestrations of public-private service network. Public-private network can be characterized by interacting public and private parties having different objective and requirement. So Prof. Marijan also got a quite long CV. Okay. So basically, for everybody information, Prof. Jansen is unable to be with us today, due to the time difference. So now it's about 11 minutes, in the morning, okay, in Netherlands. So we prepare, pre-recording video from him, inshallah, So without further ado, let's dive into the conversation between both speakers, so that we can have a look further. How can we go forward for UITM research and innovation, especially to foresee for community impact at local and also global stage together. Okay. All right, both, dear panelists, Prof. Nur Azhar and also Prof. Russo, our session will be in the 3 round, in which for the first round I will ask, Prof. Nur Azhar first, and followed by Prof. Russo, and then followed by Prof. Marijin, where, it will be pre-recorded answers by our third, speakers, and with that question, with that situation, any question from audience, if let's say you have any kind of things, should be directed only to both panel here, who is actually physically be here, today, okay. All right, without further delay, let me start with Prof. Nur Azhar, my first question, Prof, what is the status of research and innovation achievement about UITM Globally Marketable 2023 and the strategic goal of becoming a globally renowned university by 2025? Okay, Prof.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Thank you to our moderator, Professor Dr. Nur Hayati, the Assistant Vice Chancellor, Strategic UITM, and to University Transformation Division, BTU, for inviting me as one of the panelists to discuss UITM strategies and updates pertaining to research and innovation. Before I dive into UITM current status on research and innovation, I think it is important for all of us to take a moment to reflect on UITM history and the evaluation of research and innovation at our institution. UITM has come a long way since its inception as Dewan Latihan Reda in 1956, Maktab Mara or Mara College in 1965, and Institute Teknologi Mara, ITM, in 1967. As a result of amendment to the 1976 Act, which granted ITM as a university in 1996, ITM has established branch campuses in every state of the country. Later, in 1999, this institution was renamed as UITM until today. The growth of research at our university is something that we should all be proud of. From a training center to a globally renowned university, UITM has consistently provided the best education for Bhimputras in our country, and we owe a debt of gratitude to those who have worked hard to establish and develop this institution. Well, despite being primarily known as teaching university, UITM has made great strides in research and innovation in recent years. With a large number of human capitals, strong dedication, passion, and determination from all warga UITM, we have achieved many great successes in many aspects, including research. I wish for the perpetuation of the enthusiasm for exploring and seeking new discoveries to be instilled in everyone here at UITM. Again, we should be thankful to the people who have put effort in establishing this university and those who have worked hard on ensuring the progress and consistent development as a higher institutional learning for Bhimputra in our country. As BTU is the organizer of today's event, allow me to highlight that BTU was previously known as Center for Strategic Planning and Innovation, CSPI, which was under my office, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation Office. Same goes with Development Office or Pejabat Pembangunan, that was also under our umbrella. In 2019, due to strategic interest and focus, these both offices were decentralized. As a result, from there on, The Deputy Vice Chancellor Office dedicates its full attention on research and innovation agendas. Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation is responsible for supporting various aspects of research and innovation drives, including grants, publication, and intellectual property. We also have research centers and units such as the Research Management Center, RMC, the Research Nexus UITM Renew, the Business and Technology Commercialization Center, BICOM, and the Penerbit UITM Publishing House, and a few units such as Administration and Human Resource, PBSM, Research Communication and Visibility, UKPV, Strategic Information and ICT to support the main department. On the screen, you can see the function of the 4 main units under Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation. Okay, for Research Management Center, this unit responsible for managing research affairs including grant acquisition, operation and monitoring, as well as management of research impact involving ethics, publications, research data management, and research innovation activities in the university. For the second unit, Renew. Renew leads the university research and development agenda in galvanizing high-impact multidisciplinary research that addresses societal needs and upholds the nation's aspiration to soar higher than ever through global networking and collaboration. UITM Press is responsible for publishing books written by academic and administrating staff, students, and outsiders. It works to promote and sell the produced books for income generation by the university. And the last main unit is BICOM. BICOM is the Technology Transfer Office, TTO, of UITM that is dedicated to support UITM researchers to translate important discoveries arising from UITM research and innovation activities into business opportunities for the benefit of the university, the country, and the global community. BICOM manages all aspects of the technology transfer process, including identification, evaluation, protection, marketing, and licensing of the UITM intellectual properties. We are also responsible for taking care of all 13 Centers of Excellence, COEs, and 1 high COE at UITM. On the screen shown, 1 high COE, which is Accounting Research Institute. 3 COEs under Service Trust, Malaysia Institute of Transport, MITRAN, Institute of Business Excellence, IBE, and Kavari, Cardiovascular and Lung Research Institute. 10 COEs under Research Trust are ISEM, Institute of Infrastructure, Engineering and Sustainable Management, Orange Atta-ur Rahman Institute for Natural Product Discovery, IOS, Institute of Science. The director, Professor Muhammad Rusuf, is with us this morning. SRI, Solar Research Institute, IBSD, Institute for Biodiversity and Sustainable Development, iPerform, Institute of Pathology, Laboratory and Forensic Medicine, iPerform, Integrative Pharmacogenomics Institute, MRI, Microwave Research Institute, SMRI, Smart Manufacturing Research Institute, and IBDAI, Institute for Big Data Analytics and Artificial Intelligence. They are the fuel and power for research and innovation activities in UITM. To further comprehend our strategic goal towards becoming GRU 2025, we believe that several initiatives should be implemented, which includes the first one is focusing on supporting research and innovation that addresses critical global challenges and strengthening our culture of innovation, global collaboration, and interdisciplinary research. And the second one is strengthening international partnership with leading universities, research institutions, and industrial worldwide to increase our global visibility and impact through student and faculty exchange program, joint research program, and international collaboration. The third one is adopting sustainable practices and social responsibility in our research and community engagement activities. As this year, UITM focus theme is globally marketable with main 6 pillars, and all PTJs under Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation Office are committed to address at least 4 out of these 6 pillars. To address the first pillar of world-class faculty member, it is my priority to ensure that our talented researchers accomplish a level of competency that is recognized on a global scale. In this case, Renew, the leading PTJ in this course, will provide our researchers with the support and resources they need to excel. To further our commitment towards excellence, we have outlined specific initiatives aimed to ensure that our researchers achieve world-class quality. By doing so, we can continue to push the boundaries of knowledge and drive innovation far more than ever. As for pillar number 3, turning globally marketable staff, RMC and penerbit UiTM will put extra effort by imparting global initiatives in taking the operation of grant management to be more agile. RMC will be more facilitative toward researchers in managing the work related to grants ethics, financial claims, and many more. Meanwhile, penerbit will showcase and promote the book collections from our homegrown authors at various international platforms and avenues. This will also be a training ground for our administrative staff to be able to communicate and work at an internal level and achieve a certain standard of competency. Hence, producing excellent supporting staff as what is outlined in pillar number 4, excellent supporting staff. Bitkom and Renew will pursue their engagement with industry and community to spur the quality of our research through industrial grant acquisition and application of more IPs, thus certainly contribute towards the pillar number 5, which is highly involved industry and community. To understand UiTM progress toward our goals of becoming a globally renowned university by 2025, let's take a closer look at our grant acquisition trends from 2017 to 2022. Over the past 5 years, we have seen a significant increase in total grant acquisition from 32.8 million to 78 million, with funding from the university, natural resources, industry, and international organizations. At the global level, we are doing quite well, with a positive trend in international grant acquisition over the last 5 years. While we have seen some uncertainty in national grant acquisition, we are now moving towards acquiring grants from industrial and international players. Due to the Fundamental Research Grant Scheme initiative, we are confident that the fundamental aspects we have explored thus far are well accepted and recognized by industries. This is something we should be proud of. If you look at grants from the industry, last year was a particularly successful year with more than 32 million invested in UiTM. This is a testament to the progress we have made in research, moving from fundamental discoveries to collaborating with key players in industries to explore new technologies and economic opportunities. When it comes to index publication, we are also making great strides. It is exciting to see that nearly everyone at UiTM is writing research papers, and I am grateful for all the hard work put in by our researchers and all warga UiTM. Last year, the publication record shows more than 5,000 index publication and 57,938 citations that have been produced by us. At this point, I believe we are in a good position, although this requires sustainable initiative, a great synergy from all levels, and full force of effort by all warga UiTM. We are also making progress in intellectual property. Currently, we have 67 patents granted, but we are working hard to increase this number in the coming years. With all the achievement from the database, one thing I would like to emphasize is the ability for us to sustain and keep hiking the ladder while we know that the sky is the limit. Looking forward, we must continue to invest our energy, effort, money, and time in research and innovation to achieve our goals of becoming globally marketable this year. We should focus on attracting and retaining talented researchers and faculty members, building strong partnerships with industry players, and securing more national and international grants. In addition, we should prioritize interdisciplinary research as many of the most exciting discoveries and innovation are happening at the intersection of different fields. Okay, Prof. Yati, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, thank you very much, Prof. Noazah. Yeah, very convincing answers. Yeah, and in fact, I'm very pleased. Yeah, to hear what we call the movement and achievement of UITM, Prof. Yeah, all right. Yeah, in relation to that, yeah, Prof. Russo, I would like to ask further question to our second panelist, Prof. Russo. Yeah, in your opinion, yeah, Prof, as you are very exposed to Japan's research culture, so my question, why should UITM embark on translational research by collaborating with international research partners such as Japan institutions for enhancing our global research visibility? Okay, I pass to you, Prof.
Okay, thank you, Prof. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and salam madani to all of you. Thank you so much, Prof. Yati. Then thank you so much also to my direct boss, Prof. Nuraza. I'm really today very honored to be on the same stage with my boss, Prof. Nuraza, and also BTU, PNC, from BTU. So when we talk about the importance, why the translational research is very important. It's very important to be considered. Okay, when we think about to be a globally marketable university and globally renowned university. For me, first what we should understand is, okay, we should understand what is the meaning of the translational research. So translational research is very important. Okay, it's very important. Translational research means, means we should translate the basic research that we are doing into the benefit, the benefit of the human. This is very important. So, for example, okay, research when we are doing at our lab, for example. Now, I'm talking based on as a researcher. At our lab, we are doing basic research. So, actually, as I said just now, when we talk about translation, we should understand that how to translate the basic research to the benefit of the human. So, in order to achieve that, we should understand that we have to, after we the basic research, we should consider after we really specialize in our own area on the basic research, we should have the multidisciplinary research, have a connection with other researchers, and then after that, okay, we should have the interdisciplinary research, and then after interdisciplinary research, we also should have the convergence research. Convergence research. This slide I have taken from I have referred to Professor Emerita Dr. Asma Ismail, one of the eminent professor in Malaysia. So she is also talking the same thing. So now, okay, so how to make ourselves is a very good researcher so that we can translate our basic research into the benefit of the human community. This is very important to be understood. And then, okay, for this purpose, okay, I try to highlight to you all the importance of us to understand the Japanese research culture. Okay, how the Japanese doing research, doing research. So in Japan, for example, they call it very well known strategy. They call it as a mentor-mentee system. Okay? That is in Japanese system. So in research also, not only in education but in research also, research education also. Okay, they are doing research in group. They are not doing research independently. So they strengthen their own research on their specialized area, on the basic research, and then they do collaboration with others. This is very important. And then, Okay, by doing that, actually, we will get the idea. Because we do not know everything. For example, me myself, okay, I'm doing research on a basic part, but in order to make a device, for example, that is benefit to the human, okay, I have to collaborate with others. That's very important. So this how the Japanese researchers, okay, do their research. And then another thing, for example, what we are practicing at almost researchers, let's say in UITM or Malaysia, usually we do research based on what we call that problem-based research. We search to the literature review. Okay, we try to get the to collect the issues, and then after that we go to the research question problem segment. And then after that, okay, well, we get the idea, we call it hypothesis, from there the idea, and then come with the objective and so on. So by doing this is very important for us, especially for us that is still not, okay, for us who are doing focus our research on the basic research and still not doing research directly benefit to the human community. This is very important to consider research as a problem-based research. But in Japan, for example, okay, many professors in Japan, they come to this stage of doing research not to do research not to do research on the problem-based research, but they do the solution-based research. They collaborate with the industry, meaning that from the beginning, when they want to start research, they already know how their research could benefit the faculty, like that. So they go to the industry. Of course, they have to search for the issues also that what we call that to help the industry, to help the company to solve their problem. But okay, by considering how to solve the problem in the industry, so meaning that they can directly go towards how they can translate their basic research to the community. They are doing like that. So I think from usually we do our research based on the with the problem-based research. So that I think we should do. So and then one more thing when we talk about Japan that I want to highlight is, okay, they are doing collaboration with others. They're simply doing their aim is to start to do the collaboration. So from my what okay I see, but sometimes we do research. We only focus our research, and then we not easy some of our researcher to start the collaboration with others. That is not to go directly to the not to go to multidisciplinary research to the interdisciplinary research. So this is very important. And then another thing that I want to highlight is about the we should understand that in the next 10 years, in the next 10 years, okay, when we want to get grant, for example, okay, we in order to proceed research, we have to get a fund. We have to get a research grant. Even now also at the capital level, Malaysian higher education level also, they stress on the importance of considering the translation research. Okay, research should be based on the what you can translate your research into the product and so on. So in the next 10 years, okay, this is also from this reference. 10 years. So to get fund, to get research grant is very important. So for that purpose, we can not only do on the basic research, but of course, okay, as for example, just now our Professor Noraza has presented about, Alhamdulillah, our achievement is increasing, very good, and become better. Now I try to highlight the issues that we still among us as a lecturer and researcher still not go to that level. So we have to focus on. In order to go to that level, of course, we have to focus on the basic research. But at the same time, we should understand that we cannot just focus on on our own research, on our basic research, for example. Only we have to do the collaboration. And then other part that I want to highlight is about the when we do collaboration with international partners. Okay, it's different. As what I can oversee, I can see what we are doing. Just now I highlight about we focus only on our own research, on the basic research, and then many of us not go towards collaboration and so on. So in Japan, for example, they just now I have presented about they do to the industry to get the to get the problem what from the industry what they are facing. Okay, so this also actually has been highlighted by Nobel laureate on his blue ocean strategy. The importance of us not only to follow what that when we talk about to do research on the problem based research means we follow the others. Maybe we just follow the others and try to understand what is the issue, what we should do, and so on. So now, okay, let's say in the next few years, we should think about, okay, we should think about what is the issues that we should tackle. Okay, what tackle so that we are better than others, so that we can contribute more than others, so that we can contribute more to the community than others. Okay, so we have to think that. So for that, how to do for that? That is my point. So we have to collaborate with international partners. It's very important. Because for example, in industry, maybe in our country, maybe very difficult to get the problem from the industry because we are not industry in our country maybe not doing research related to us. So by doing research with industry partners, meaning that we directly connecting to the connecting to the issues to the problem they are facing by the industry, and then the industry also could or might be able to give ideas to us that the what I call that the ideas the 20, 30 years things that we should do it now. So it's really important, to do collaboration with others, with international partners. So I think that's maybe for the first question that I want to highlight. Thank you.
Okay, Alhamdulillah ya. Thank you very much. Okay, Prof. Rusuk. Yeah, very interesting answer from Prof. Rusuk. Yeah, from the translational research. Yeah, where we establish our basic research for the benefit of mankind, and up to multidisciplinary, where we have further collaboration with our international partners, national partners, and also the convergent research, and up to Prof, as you said, finding what is actually the difference of our own research, so that we can support giving the global impact to the our community, community as a whole, at national and also international. Okay, all right, so that one is from the second panel. Let us hear what is actually our international panel, Prof. Dr. Mary-Jane Johnson has got to say on future global trend in technology and scientific research. So the question posted to him, so I read the question before we share the video. What do you think will be the dominant global trends in technology and scientific research in the next 5 to 10 years? Provide more information about a recent research topic or area that Europe focuses on today. So let us see the recorded video for his answer.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me to this strategic meeting. I'm happy to share with you some of the global trends I think will be important. Of course, there will be plenty of other trends that also might be important. I always take a little bit a long-term view because I look at the technology. And I think technology will change the landscape we are living in and we're dealing with in a fundamental way. And that's why it's important to look at them. First of all, we all know the Internet of Things. But we all might already think we are there, but we're just at the beginning of the Internet of Things. And devices are very cheap. We can collect more and more data. And that will go on. We can just have put devices anywhere. And the devices are small, very small. That means we can collect a lot of data at the same time. What also happening is that we move from 4G to 5G. Currently, we are migrating practice, but we're also researching 6G. 5G is necessary for automatic driving. We have real-time, low-latency ways of communicating with each other, and 6G will even be better. And that means also we have plenty of bandwidth over there. And why is that needed? If you want to really work from different location and do more than just video sharing like we are doing right now, then you need much more bandwidth. If you want to build an environment around you, is some kind of thing. So instead of traveling, you are in a room, you build the environment around you, then you need the bandwidth, then you need the speed, then you need all kinds of sensors and all kinds of ways of doing it. I think those Google glasses you have, those kind of things are just also the beginning. I don't like to put it on, but you can be also in a room in the future. So the kind of reality, mimicking reality in real life. And therefore, you need all those kinds of developments. At the same time, we have more and more artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is already there. But it will spread. It will spread more and more and more. And sometimes you're thinking about those science fiction films like Judge Dredd, a judge as a robot and a police officer at the same time. Well, that can happen. That comes close to it. We already use drones for surveillance. We collect also the information using that. We provide all kinds of recommendations using decision support systems. So all the intelligent things, we are getting it. We are adding all kinds of artificial intelligence in it. A current way of artificial intelligence is often data-driven and probability-driven. So it looks at the probability that an event happens and the next things happen. What I would expect that it will be more becoming real intelligent, that we're adding more and more logic in it. That's another stream in artificial intelligence. There are a couple of streams in artificial intelligence. But it's likely that they will come together. And that means that we become more and more closer to mimic real intelligence. And it is, of course, not a real intelligence. And if we combine the things together, so we have one application for visual recognition, another application for understanding speech, another application for answering, and we combine all those applications together, then it looks like a human being because it has all the tasks and activities. Of course, it's separated, but that's what we are heading for. So what we thought a couple of years ago was a little bit, too soon, too far. It could be really happens. That a robot like Sophia, who was giving the rights, never do that, in my opinion, but that's an accountability question, and that will be a research question. Accountability of AI, for example, transparency of AI, trustworthiness of AI, those will be the typical research questions. That becomes important. Another thing that will become very, very important, the more AI we do, that's meaningful, explainable artificial intelligence. Those systems are black box. We don't understand them, but we should understand that. Else you don't have accountability. Else you don't have transparency about that. So, and you even don't know if they're reliable. I'm an engineer by education, and I don't want the probability that it is probable 90% correct. I want to have it correct. And how do you know it's correct? Then you have to know the conditions. You have to understand the meaning behind if it's correct. You can't build a building as an engineer and the building collapse. You have to ensure that the building will be correct. Same with our AI. We're going in that direction, that we want to ensure that the AI understands the circumstances and can explain what it is. Then we can also scrutinize the AI. Then we can also hold it accountable. And then we can have meaningful explanations in it. I think that becomes one of the hot topics in the future. And that combines all the previous, because you need to have the Internet of Things for collecting the data. You need the fast networks together, and you need the processing together. One thing I think that will really impact us is the quantum computing, quantum internet, and that will be, in my view, a hot topic. Maybe I'm also biased over here, because at Delft University of Technology, we do a lot of research in that field. But that is really one of the things that can change it, because a quantum bit, it's different from the way we do it. And that means also we can have other applications. And that also means that the current way of doing and our current way of thinking might be changed. Here's the example of a quantum bit. A classical bit is 0 or 1. A quantum bit has not a state. It can have any immediate state in it. So it completely changes the way we are. Maybe they're in stable net, but look at it. Each time I read the newspaper about it or the magazine about it, there are developments in it. IBM makes already claims about almost 500 qubits together. That means we can make a quantum computing. And if we have quantum computing, what about our security, our digital certificates? It might be not feasible anymore. So security will also be one of the topics. How to keep it secure, because the society is changing. At the same time, we have more and more data. We rely on that. And then the quantum computing comes. And I said I can decrypt a lot. Of course, not everything. It will be decrypted, and there's discussion if it will be really happen. But already people are storing data to ensure that they can, maybe they cannot read it right now, but they expect that they can break the encryption in 5 or 10 years, maybe 15 years, whoever know how long it will take. And then they know what kind of data was in it. Things like that already happen. So people are collecting the data. That can be having a huge influence on it. So it will change our communication. So things like store now and decrypt later attacks already happening, because they try to store everything for it, and then they hope that they can decrypt it in a couple of years. I would recommend sensitive data, be careful about it. You already have to use post-quantum cryptography, because it will likely come there. And for less sensitive data, you don't have to worry that much, because in 10 years, it's not relevant anymore. But things like that happen. And this is typically a dilemma also. It's a too soon, too late dilemma. If you're too soon, nobody will see the urgency. Nothing happens over there. If you're too late, you will regret it, because then the data will be decrypted on street. Your whole system will not work anymore because your security is hacked. So that can have an immense influence. And a related development, in my view, is the quantum internet. And that's the other side of the coin with that. The quantum internet enables communication between the points, and you can't intercept it because it's entangled. The qubits are entangled. So if you change something here, it will be changed. And if you can hack it at one point, you read the state will change. And then the people will know it's hacked over there. So that will also change fundamentally how we have the internet and how we communicate with each other. And that has also influence how we organize our communication and how we organize the data sharing and how we organize the data storing. That has a large number of questions will it raise. And as everything, all of those technologies have always a double-edged sword. It can be used for the good or it can be used for the bad. Think about the quantum internet, secure communication, sovereignty, ownership. Also, you know what it is, but what also can be used for, if you can't see it, it can become non-transparent. Nobody can see it. Maybe not held accountable. You can just deny there was no communication. Nobody knew that there's a communication. It might be dominated by a few big tech, or there might be security monopolies for those who have it and for those who don't have it with that. It can be used for controlling the communication or introducing vulnerability. So there will be a lot of huge issues over there, and they have a lot of influence of what I would call the complexity of the governance and the complexity of the data. Because when we look at the digital society, we have a lot of data. We are exchanging the data with each other. And what happens, the more data we have, we always think it becomes more transparent. But often, when you have more data, it becomes less transparent. Try to find the needle in the haystack. That's what's happening over there. Too much data and you can't find it anymore. Of course, you can use all kinds of tools like the search engines or ChatGPT for searching and those kinds of things, but that doesn't mean that you will find the right information. So organizing the data and how to release them and how to open them and how to hold people accountable, that will be changing in the future. So that will be have an impact on it. And if there's a mistake, it can be really have a huge impact. Think about experiments with ChatGPT right now. They try to make it made all kinds of things that make nonsense. You can let ChatGPT say so for that. That can happen also with the data. More data means that it's quite harder to find the right answer. And that has all kinds of implications. And at the same time, we use data for everything. We store everything. When you have the circular economy, how does it work? Well, we have products, and we need to know what's in the products. The products are changing, the material is changing. So we store the data about the products and the changes of the product, so we can reuse them at a later stage. So that's important for reuse in the circular economy. The same with emissions. When we have emissions, you have to prove it. You have to store it somewhere. So you also try to store that with the data. So also for emissions, if you want to have energy infrastructure, you also need the information to balance your energy supply and demand. So the information is one of the key aspects, and it becomes more and more. So everything related to the information, impact on the accountability, the transparency, the fairness, trustworthiness, those kinds of issues I would expect are the issues that are in. And we always think from, oh yeah, more and more data is good. Yeah, but also risky, because it becomes more and more difficult to comply with the legislation and to become transparent. There's a risk of fragmentation, all kinds of risk coming in. So I hope this for now gives us inspiration, and we can discuss that much more.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, thank you very much, Prof. Marijan. Yeah, basically, yeah, a lot of things have been mentioned by him. Yeah, ranging from IoT, artificial intelligence, up to post quantum cryptography, and also the complexity of the governance. Yeah, the current trend in terms of managing the data. And all those kind of things is actually related to the what we call global trend in technology and scientific research. However, not to forget the critical issues, other critical issues in terms of global climate change, in terms of economic global challenge, and also many more in terms of global sustainable challenge and so on, where we can focus further to support our community. Yeah, so again, thank you very much. And also, both our respected panel here, Prof. Azhar and Prof. Husop. So we have finished our first round of the discussion. And should the audience has something to ask, yeah, please bear in mind, yeah. So you just have to, ask the question, yeah. Just type in our YouTube chat, okay, to Prof. Azhar or Prof. Rusop, and inshallah, yeah, I will read later all those questions at the end of our session, yeah. So now let us take a break, yeah, and watch what PTAR, yeah, has got to offer for us in these 3-minute breaks. Thank you. Okay, Alhamdulillah, yeah. Welcome back, everyone. Let us start, yeah, for the second round of discussion with Prof. Dr. Azhar, yeah, on UITM, becoming a global hub for research networks, yeah. So my question here, Prof, yeah, how does your office intend to steer research for UITM to become a global hub for new knowledge discovery and technological innovation in a short-term target, and ensuring 5 to 10 years direction? Yeah, silakan, Prof.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Nohayati, for the question. There are various definitions of what it means to be a global hub for new knowledge discovery and technological innovation. But according to the Brookings Institution, it is a thriving ecosystem of innovation that foster collaboration, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Such a hub is where researchers, entrepreneurs, and investors can come together to leverage each other's strengths, share resources, and develop new solutions to complex problems. Now, before I answer the question, I'd like to ask Professor Nohayati a very simple yes or no question. Do you think UITM has all the elements necessary to become a global hub of knowledge?
Yes, of course.
Okay. There is no right or wrong answer, Prof. In my opinion, UITM is always ready to achieve whatever we set our minds to. UITM has progressed very well, and inshallah, it will be a global hub of knowledge one day. The most important thing is the strategy and action towards achieving that vision. To prepare UITM to become a global hub of knowledge, we need to focus on our core business, publication. Publication is the primary means by which scholars fulfill their responsibilities, and it allows us to share our work with others, receive feedback and criticism, and subsequently translate to practical action and solution. Ultimately, published material serve as our output, and getting to publish in recognized platform indeed a clear signal of acknowledging UITM as a global hub for new knowledge discovery. Thus, it is important for all policies and initiatives from my office to highlight on the authentic and recognized publication platform to encourage researchers to create global profile. Moreover, we should be fully utilizing the MOA, MOU. On the screen shown, we have 724 total of MOU, MOA that we have inked with our global partners to emphasize on collaboration and networking for impactful outcome. As the Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, we have outlined 6 prime focuses this year for navigating the inspirations. As what we can see on the screen, we will be executing Global Grants Getaway, UITM Research Powerhouse Pushing Boundaries Connecting Globally, Business Next Level, IP Valuation, Soaring Income and Globalizing UITM Publication. As the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Research and Innovation, I strongly believe that we must always strive to improve the way we engage with researchers. Effective engagement is key to ensuring that any initiative by our office are embraced with enthusiasm and dedication. We are committed to provide our researchers with the best possible service in research management and operation. If you have any ideas on how we can further improve our service, please do not hesitate to share them with us. We welcome feedback and are always looking to enhance our services. This year, we are proud to once again organize the prestigious Sanjung Sarjana event, which will organize and reward the top performing researchers and their PTJs. We are confident that by such acknowledgement, we can cultivate a culture of excellence that will inspire others to strive for success. When it comes to steering research at UITM in the next 5 to 10 years, clear succession planning is essential. We must ensure that our identified leaders and future leaders are consistently trained to maintain our high standard of excellence. In addition, we must think creatively about how to sustain and progress UITM publication records. We also would specifically outline our research priorities that align with our strategic action plan and global trends, focusing on research areas with significant impact and contribution to solving local and global challenges. Just now, I have shared 6 prime focus in our SAP with all of you in answering the first question. By reinforcing research capacity through our talented researchers, provided them with support and recognition. We do give internal grants of Ringgit Malaysia 40,000 to RIG that successfully fulfill the requirement to be RG. Further initiative is on intensifying interdisciplinary research and partnership with industry, government, and other universities. To support this initiative, we do give a strategic research partnership SRP grant to kickstart the research. In the view of elevating the UITM high COE and COE, we will encourage them to champion funding and international recognition based on their niche research areas with a clear research agenda. We have Prof. Rusop here today, so maybe he can share with us success story of iOS. I strongly think that these strategies enable UITM to become a global hub for new knowledge discovery and technological innovation in the short term and the next 5 to 10 years. Let us take a moment to imagine the future of UITM. With almost 9,000 academic staff members nationwide, perhaps the highest number for a university in the world, we have the potential to be a global hub for research. If each of our academic staff members writes and publishes just 1 journal paper every year, we could produce 9,000 papers annually, a remarkable achievement that would set us apart from our peers. Other than that, our goal is to acquire more than 1 billion ringgit in grants in 2025, a significant increase from our current cumulative total of 800 million ringgit. By working closely with key players in industry, we are confident that we can make great strides in technology exploration, placing UiTM among the top players in the field. As for now, we have 11 industry research laboratories, IRL, through Micro Industry Hub, and they have been set up since 2020 that are worth 2.8 million ringgit. We hope that we can set up 100 IRL in the next 5 to 10 years. This is something that we would like to focus on. As we move forward, our focus must be on achieving the targets that have been outlined. We must take action now to turn our goals into reality. Otherwise, it is all left as numbers. To do this, we must embrace the excellent synergy and integrity values and synergize with experts and colleagues in the field, collaborating to reach new heights of achievement. Okay, Prof. Yati? That's all from me.
Thank you very much, Prof. Azhar, for your sharp, and very clear input, to focus on the what we call 6 prime focuses, based on your office, So Alhamdulillah, not to forget as well, we, as Prof. Azhar said, we should take opportunity, Prof, so that based on our big size of staff, at least 9,000 of academic staff in all 34 campuses, should we be what we call a global hub for new knowledge discovery. So in relation to that one, let us now hear from Prof. Russo, in connection to that new knowledge discovery, where we want to focus on the impact of publication, Prof. So my question is, how can researchers at UiTM enhance the impact of publications of Q1 and Q2 made from their research to further enhance inventions, patent, commercialization, and also, Prof, the most important, of course, community development. Okay, Prof, I pass to you.
Okay, Prof, thank you very much. Alhamdulillah. So, Prof, I want to answer based on, as a researcher, Prof, not on the strategy. As a researcher, I feel in order to be able to contribute to the towards commercialization and to the community development, I think the first thing we should think about not only on the Q1, Q2, on the high impact journal, but also the quality of Q1 and Q2 itself. So what I mean with the quality of the Q1 and Q2, in order to prove that the Q1 and Q2 that we publish, we should also consider the quantity of the Q1 and Q2 papers that we published. So if only 1 or 2 Q1 or Q2 journal that we have published, I don't think that we can go towards the community development as asked by Prof just now. So the quantity of the Q1 and Q2 is very important. So when we talk about the quantity and quality of the Q1, Q2 paper, as a researcher, what we should think is, okay, for example, if I allow to answer based on the high COE instrument, higher center of excellence instrument that we use to measure our achievement. So the Q1, Q2 should at least 70% of the Q1 of the publication should Q1 and Q2, meaning that now we are talking about Q1 and Q2. We should. I want to highlight about we should increase the number of Q1 and Q2, but at the same time, not only should consider the number of Q1 and Q2, but to consider also the percentage of Q1 and Q2. Meaning that if our group, our research, or ourselves publish, for example, 10 papers per year, at least 7 papers should be published in Q1 and Q2. That is one thing. So how to increase the Q1 and Q2 in order for us to materialize, towards the invention, to patent, to commercialize, and community of development. I want to share about, to relate my answer with this one from BTU, UITM 2025, the desired state, for example. So in from the this one from the prism UITM 2025 desired state, you can see in order to go towards the globally renowned university by 2025, and then to be globally marketable university this year, the second one below that, we should make sure that we able to achieve the strategic trust, that is to have the quality education, the global excellence, value driven performance. So this one is very important in order to make sure that we the Q1 and Q2 journal that we publish can be materialized. So quality education. Also, I want to stress about the quality of research. Okay, and then the quality of the education. For example, in order to make sure we achieve the quality of education program. For example, in UITM, for example, let me show to relate also with the in Japan, that COSA service track. Okay, service track, the COSA this track service track perkhidmatan. In UITM we have 4 track: teaching and learning, track teaching and learning, research track, industry practitioner, and institutional leadership. So we have 4 track. See, in order to increase the quality of the Q1 and Q2, each lecturer and researcher, they should not consider their track independently. I would like to propose that every of us should consider that we should specialize in the teaching and learning. Okay? We should specialize in teaching and learning. So only from the teaching and learning, we should be from the teaching and learning, we should be able to determine the issues, and then consider that the issues as a research to become a good quality researcher, a high quality researcher, and then only go towards the to collaborate with industry and so on. So if we so now what I want to highlight is we should not only we as a researcher, as a lecturer, a researcher, should not consider independently. I mean that we should not only kejar the KPI, try to prove that we are able to achieve KPI or not, but we should go beyond that. That on the top of that, we have the responsibility also to make sure that to prove that we are really in teaching and learning or research to go towards that. So this is very important. For example, if the meaning that we should consider that we should improve our research. We should improve the quality of education that from the UITM 2021 global just now. So this is the way how to if we consider independently, so everybody might think that we have achieved the KPI and just stop it there. This is not good. I don't think that by considering like this, we can go towards the commercialization and also towards the contribution to the community. And then another thing I would like to highlight about the just now, before, in the previous question, Prof, I have highlighted about very important to consider the transdisciplinary research. So this is also important. If we do, for example, only the basic research, so how can we go towards the patent and so on? Because we are not really specialized in that. We need to do collaboration with others to do the to do multidisciplinary research, to do the interdisciplinary research, go to the convergence research. This is very important. Not only publish Q1 and 2, and then we feel that's enough for us. And then if we consider that service track is independently, so everybody feel okay, and then we cannot go beyond that. And then another thing, that I want to highlight. No, I'm talking based on as a researcher, based on what you call that reference, based on the theory. Okay, based on that. This is not only my opinion, but I feel based on this theory, based on this reference and this theory, that we should do this in order to make sure that we can materialize the Q1 and Q2 Q2 high quality journal. For example, is written in this reference that also presented by eminent Professor Emerita Datuk Dr. Asma Ali, that she cited from research features by Elsevier and Ipsos Mori, published in February 2019. They said that, okay? They said that we should not only, okay, we should not only to do research to solve problem, to do research only to collaborate, but in our mind should have the intention how to think, to think how to the research could contribute to the community. This is very important. So if we want to achieve, okay, well, the goal that been asked by Prof just now, Prof, this is very important. We have to think from the beginning, to think how to do the translated research reporting. And then, as I also explained in the previous answer, shared my opinion also with read the previous answer, that we cannot only in order to increase the quality of our paper, we cannot only do research based on the based on the problem. We should consider what the committee needs based on the solution. It's very important. For example, another thing I want to give, I want to answer that based on another reference. It's written here. This one also been presented by Professor Emerita Datuk Dr. Asma Ismail. I have referred because many of my my talk. Okay, I refer to many of consider her as a reference, as she is very well known in Malaysia as a researcher. So in this statement, he said that one way to create impact is to provide solutions that are people-centric, nature-based, and value-driven to SDG. This is very important. People-centric. So from the beginning, we should this to make impact. To make impact, only we can go towards the patenting. We can think about how to commercialize our product. We can think about how it is able to be used by the community. This is very important. Okay. So and then another thing, of course, okay, in order to increase the value, okay, the value of our research quality, the quality, yeah, we should understand how, for example, if we do our research based on the problem-based research, even based on the solution research, we should know, okay, how to determine the problem. We should know. That is very important. So meaning that what I want to say is, okay, the Q1 and Q2 should not be published just, sorry to say, by lucky. If we really specialize in the area and the proof that we able to collaborate with others, I'm sure, Prof, we can achieve what we should do, Prof. I think that's all, Prof, my answer to that question, Prof. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prof. So it means, yeah, publication of Q1, Q2 is not by chance, yeah, Prof?
Yeah,
it
should not by
means
chance.
we have to design it. Yeah, I think it's
So
very
one of the proof is not by chance is increase the number and then by percentage.
by percentage.
By percentage
All
also.
right, yeah. Very interesting viewpoint from Prof. Russo, yeah, his personal point of view, how he smartly integrate to our 3 strategic trials, talking on quality educations, global excellence, and value-driven performance. Yeah, so as we should realize, yeah, and in fact, yeah, all those kind of things, as Prof mentioned, it should be interconnected as well with our servicing track. And in fact, Prof, all those kind of things we have done it, either we realize or not. Yeah, we have 4 tracks, as Prof said.
Should support each other and should not do independently.
Yeah. And other than that, of course, yeah, as we also, yeah, to ensure the impact to our community, talking on our people centric, on the focus on our sustainable development goal, and also what we call bring the values to our community. That one is the most important things. Yeah. So again, thank you, yeah, Prof. Russo.
Thank you, Prof.
So now, yeah, let us hear from pre-recorded session. Yeah, so this is for the second round. Yeah, for our third speakers. Yeah, our third panels. Yeah, focusing on research partnership. Yeah, to Prof. Dr. Marijin Johnson. So let me read the question. Yeah, so how can we more successfully develop research partnership plans with international partners? Yeah, talk about the panelist experience. Okay, so let us hear. Okay, watch together.
How can we develop more successfully partnerships with international partners? Well, that's a really difficult question because there's no silver bullet or a recipe that we can follow. I think a lot of it is dependent on the right moment, the right people that you met, and that's easy to communicate. You need some leaders in that, some people who take the lead and make the partnership happen to it. What's important at the start of such a thing that you think about who want to collaborate with you. Look at your own expertise. Why do the people collaborate with you? Who's in the environment? Who are the logical people to collaborate with or the logical institutions to collaborate with? What do you want to do together? Is that research, educational programs, turn research into practice, learn for practice? And I think what is a key one is that partners should complement each other expertise. If they're similar, it has limited sense to make to work together. If one is doing something else and the other is not connected, well, then it has also no use. It really should be two-sided a collaboration. Everybody brings something on the table that is different and that they appreciate each other. That's why I think you need to know your own strengths. And where does such a cooperation start? Well, my experience is with the cooperation with the governments I work with and also with other universities is that it always starts with a personal relationship. You know the people, you trust the people, you collaborate them. Maybe you start with something very small, like you're running a joint workshop, you're doing some joint presentation or something like that. You start very small and slowly you build it. What I think is essential, something like a shared vision, what you want to accomplish, what you bring on the table again and how you want to complement on it. Often it starts with a single project. It can be very small. It can be also larger, like a PhD project or something like that. But the essence is small. And at the beginning, it's always informal, is my experience. And when you succeed at the informal and at the small level, you can start about scaling up, about involving the others, build a community of the willing, those people who really want to be involved and can be involved. Also ensure a safe and secure environment. If you start pushing it, well, it might disrupt the whole situation because you have to do it step by step in incremental way. I think it should also be research and education driven, the joint vision on research, on education. What do you want to achieve together? Where do you want to start in the long term with that? And what you can do is the incremental way going up is to look at some projects, acquire projects together. And that's not easy because often there are no funding agencies who establish something you want to do together. That's why it's important to secure some long-term funding from the universities or the institutes that want to collaborate together. That can also be in terms of doing funding for the education or something like that. But you need to do something together. That's very important, and it should not stop after 1 year or 2 years. It should have a longer term. It should be 5 years or something like that. And don't think that you will collaborate with somebody else in 5 or 10 years from now. Well, 10 years, yes, but in 5 years, it's really quick already. And I think with my collaboration with the government, I often start small. You start with some thesis supervision, do some smaller project, and after a while they start trusting you. And I think when we created the DigiCampus, we already worked 10 years with each other. 10 years with each other, and then it gets institutionalized, then it gets formal, then there was a last funding also part of it. So it took an investment of 10 years about that. And it's all about that you can do it. There's a risk of trying to do things too fast when you want to collaborate. It's not going to work. Maybe at the top level it's going to work, but maybe not at the researcher level, because the researchers have to know each other. They have to understand each other. It's not that we put a couple of researchers in a room and they will start collaborating together. It will not work like that. You need some time. You need to understand each other, appreciate each other's jokes and each other cultures and each other way of doing. And that's also the value, in my view. If partners are different, you have something on the table and you can collaborate with each other. I finish with this picture over here because this is a part of a collaboration environment at Delft University where we collaborate with partners in the building industry. And why does it happen? Well, at first it's just organizing some kind of joint events. Some events. And then the building industry said, well, we will start organizing our events over there. Maybe not always researchers involved, but let's do it like that. And then automatically, because it's the same location and the people meet each other, they drink a coffee together. There's also a restaurant inside or a tea, coffee or tea, things like that. Then they start knowing each other and they start collaborating together. I remember my own faculty that I was at the printing machine and I was printing something, and then somebody else was waiting. He said, hey, what are you doing? I said, well, this is one of the things I'm researching in that. And the person was saying, wow, that's interesting. I'm doing this kind of research. So it was at the same floor. We didn't know each other, well, the couple of hundred people at the floor. And we ran into each other. At the printing machine, we started talking, and from that, a research project emerged. So there's also some coincidence in it. You have to run into order, feel at the right moment, think about it. Well, this is a great idea, and be running for it. You can't do it all. So you have also to prioritize. I think if you try to have to build too many partnerships at the same time, you might be stuck in the middle. None of the partnership might work out. So you really have to choose the one that you can do. I would love to discuss that because I think you have many more questions about, and I'm here sitting, traveling in the Netherlands in a hotel room right now because I'm giving a 2 days workshop education for it with is also kind of partner organization with that other types of students over here. We can always email with each other because I really think there's no unique recipe or best way of doing it, but the basis is personal. Starting small, know each other, and gradually letting it grow. I hope this is of help. Good luck with the discussion.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Marijan. So I think it is very strategic answer. As we discussed before, from Prof. Russo, he mentioned the importance of collaboration, and then after that, how we can secure or establish what we call proper strategic, what we call partnership with our collaborators. And as he mentioned, okay, start from the small things. Know each other, be conscious on our own strength, and start to understand each other and complement each other in terms of every single our own expertise with our partner. With that, I think we come to an end of the second round session for our strategy dialogue series. Let us have a break for the 3 minutes, yeah, and then we will see you later. Thank you. Now we are at the final round of our strategy dialogue series. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, and I hope everyone is still with us in the YouTube platform. Yeah, thank you very much again. Yeah, so for this third round, Prof. Noaza, this time we are looking your answers in relation to excellent research culture. So I just read the question. Based on your opinion, Prof, what are the important attributes for establishing an excellent research culture in UITM so that the output and impacts can be at the global standard? Silakan.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. Yati, for the question. To address on what are important attributes for establishing an excellent research culture in our university, let us recall on what we have for GRU 2025. With a clear research vision and strategy that aligns with our mission and goals, we shall identify priority research areas, which includes a comprehensive research plan with resources, infrastructure, and support for researchers. As we strive towards achieving our goals under the GRU 2025 plan, it is also important that we understand the core values that should guide us towards excellence. The foundation of our success lies in our values. It is crucial that we fully comprehend and embrace the values that have been set out for us. As members of UITM, we should embody the value of excellence, synergy, and integrity as an organization, and the values of knowledge, discipline, trust, diligence, and responsible as individuals. Our message is crystal clear. Every member or warga UITM must accustom to these values in order to succeed. It is imperative that we understand the importance of knowledge, discipline, trust, diligence, and responsibility, and that we implement them in our work on a daily basis. Each PTJ within UITM must have the spirit to excel, collaborate synergistically, and uphold integrity. Collaboration and interdisciplinary research shall bring together researchers from different disciplines to work on common research challenges, creating an environment that fosters collaboration and encourages interdisciplinary research. This will drive an impactful outcome that resonate with our goals under the GRU 2025 plan. However, it is also important that we take a moment to reflect on our own contributions to UITM. As members of this community, we need to ask ourselves what we have done to further the university's goals and objectives. In order to achieve our ambition, we need to change our attitude and embrace these core values. We need to strive towards research global standards and competing and collaborating with the best universities in the world. By establishing global networking and visibility, it shall attract funding partners and international recognition. This requires a fundamental shift in our thinking and approach towards impactful research and innovation. One of the important attributes for an excellent research ecosystem is to retain and nurture talented researchers by providing opportunities for them to grow and advance their careers, including career development opportunities and recognition. Here, BTU and the Deputy Vice Chancellor Office, Research and Innovation have a highly important task in supporting and ensuring that the talent pool in research and innovation is sustainable. It is only by working together that we can face the challenges ahead and achieve our goals. We need to believe that we can succeed and the sky is the limit. I would like to emphasize that the establishment of an excellent research culture that intensifies research excellence, ethical conduct, and research integrity is crucial for the future success of UITM. Again, we must all understand and embrace the values that have been set out for us and work towards achieving our goals under the GRU 2025 plan. By doing so, we can be among the best universities in the world and achieve global recognition. We just need to collaborate, synergize, and excel together. As the renowned biologist and Nobel laureate Dr. Linda Burke once said, science is a collaborative effort. The combined knowledge and experience of many is essential to advance our understanding of the natural world and address the complex challenges we face. Let us embrace the spirit of collaboration and striving for excellence in our research culture at UITM. Together, jom, let us continue to build a strong foundation of values in research and innovation and work towards achieving our vision for GRU 2025. Prof. Yati, back to you.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, yeah. Thank you very much, Prof. Nur Azhar, yeah. As Prof said, very pretty clear. Yeah, we already have what we call our own organizational value on the ESI and also IDAT as an individual value. What the most important, what we need to do as an individual is actually to clear what is the main purpose of our existing when we are in UITM. And of course, those kind of things will be directly related to our intention or in other words, our niat. That intention to relate with what is our attention. To focus on the what we call to move further to support our research and innovation so that we can have research impact at the global standard. And based on that one, when we focus our attention inshallah all the energy, all the synergy will be there. All right, yeah, Prof. Russo.
Okay, okay.
In relation to that one, yeah, I would like to go to the our second panels. Okay, for the last round, yeah, our director of our IOS, yeah. So my question, Prof, yeah, what are the Institute of Science IOS initiative to address UITM 2023 GMU, yeah, globally marketable university, and to advance the university goal of becoming a GRU 2025, particularly in terms of challenges, and how is actually your plan to transform into a high performing center of excellence in Malaysia? Ada tiga benda tu, Prof,
Okay,
ya.
okay.
I asked you. Okay, I pass to
Okay, thank you,
Prof.
Prof. Thank you for the question. But I feel very hard for me to answer in front of my boss. Huh?
Yeah, I am
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
to hear the question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, due to that also, let me, after this, relate with the IDAT, with the UITM 2025 desired state. I want to relate with that also. That is very important. I agree with Prof. Your presentation just now. Okay, so in order to come with the initiative that we have considered in iOS, I would like to highlight about the importance of to determine what is the problem that make we are at this level, at this stage right now. So for that purpose, we at Institute of Science, okay, I have presented in our management meeting, to the SWOT analysis that we have done based on the strength. What is the strength of our institute has? What is the weakness that we are facing? And then what is the opportunity that we have at Institute of Science? And then what is the threat that we should consider? So only with this, I believe that we only able to come with the initiative, to propose the initiative, to so that to all our members, Institute of Science members, to should understand on that, and then come together to synergize our research and so on. So for this purpose, actually, in order to do this, what I have considered, Prof, we have considered one of the theory from introduced by Simon Sinek. He has presented in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in 1985, I think, about the when he said, when we want to solve the problem in the industry, we should understand the situation and then start with the question of why. Why? So why like that? Why like that? Why like that? And then after that, how to solve the why? And then finally, we will know the answer. That is what. Okay, of that. So in Institute of Science, regarding the strength, okay, Prof. Institute of Science has a multidisciplinary research. We are doing that. Okay, multidisciplinary research, because in iOS we have 10 laboratories. We are doing that. And then we have skill and experience of human resource. We have many fellows at Institute of Science compared to other Center of Excellence. We have many associate fellows also. So we have skill. We have many PhD holders. Okay, many experienced person at Institute of Science. And then our researchers also, as I said, that we have 10 laboratories, meaning that we have many researchers from various fields. And then we also has obtained the highest budget in UITM as a COE compared to other COE. So this is our strength. But in front of our TNC, I would say that, why we are not at the stage that we should be. That is why. And then related to the weakness, this is our weakness, that lack of synergy among researchers. They are doing independently. They are not do collaboration between them. Just now, many times I'm highlighting about the multidisciplinary research, about the interdisciplinary research. But in iOS itself, we are still facing problem with the research collaboration among us. We are talking about to do collaboration with the other university. your office talking about to do collaboration with the international researcher in the international institution. And then, as maybe can be considered as our KPI, we should publish together with international collaborator the paper. But at our institute, I'm taking our institute because I believe that another institute also finds the same thing. We are brave to say that we publish with other institutions. But how about our relation with our own researcher at our institute? We have 10 laboratories. So do we have the research collaboration paper between us? This is the wake point for me. And then we have many students. Right now we have master and PhD students, about 56 students. But how many of them can graduate it on time every year? And then last year, for example, how many postdocs we have produced? This thing we should understand in order to propose the initiative. I would like to suggest not only regarding the Institute of Science. I'm talking the truth that as far as based on my reading, my discussion with other researchers, other institutions also, other research centers also face the same thing. And then less control over individual work target. Very because maybe we can say that busy with other things and so on, with other duty, with other tasks. Okay, this is because we are at the same time having another duty as a lecturer, as a researcher. So we're not focused on that. So how about the opportunity? We have a very big opportunity in science. Research collaboration with domestic and abroad strategic partner industry. We have the opportunity because they know Institute of Science already. We have initiated, established Institute of Science from 2004. And then we are the first institute recognized, registered at Ministry of Higher Education in 2005. And then we also has the opportunity to have the multidisciplinary research, interdisciplinary research, conversations, and as well as to go to that transnational research. So what is the problem? Why? We are at this level. So the trait that we are worrying, Prof, about the COE status. So I would like to call upon our researcher, especially to understand on this. We are lack of the research funding given. Research funding, we cannot get. We are not getting more research funding from not the grant, for example, not many. We have many staff, we have many researchers, we have many associate members, but we are not getting as we should get. So this is the trait that we are worrying on that. Students not interested in continuing studies at a higher level. Why we cannot get more and more? Because since we have, for example, right now, Institute of Science has 17 research fellow, including the principal fellow, the senior fellow, and the fellow. We have 17. And then associate fellow, we have 27 associate fellow. So why, when we come to the number of the master and PhD, we have only 56 only? Why? So with that, for example, if in Japan, I would like to relate with the how they are doing in Japan again. Maybe we can say related to the first question. So the ratio that we should have, so 1 to 2, one PhD student, okay. For those professors has one PhD student, it should has 2 master students, for example. So meaning that we should have more than 56. But if we have 56 only, even with only 56, we cannot produce GOT. So how can we have more students? So this is the things. In sense. So for that purpose, okay, Prof, for that reason, okay. Before that, I think I would like to highlight one thing. Strength and composition of Institute of Science. We have many strengths, but as a result, not coming to that. So that is the problem. For example, we have in Institute of Science physicists. Okay, we have chemists, biologists, engineers. Me myself, okay, engineer. We have professors from art and design. So we ourselves, I said that we among ourselves, even we can do the research, multi-research collaboration, international research, disciplinary research, and so on. But we cannot. But why not well doing? And then multi-research also, the opportunity to do, as I said just now, transnational research also we have the opportunity. We to have the research collaboration between academia, industry, networking, for example. Technology transfer to industry and knowledge transfer to society. This is what we are talking about. But in reality, why we cannot obtain result as we hope? This is the problem. This is the why. Why we cannot, as been said by the Simon Sinek's theory. So why we are facing this? And then fertilized researcher, for example, science and non-science collaboration. Also we have, but why? At this level only? We should do more. Okay, we at Institute of Science, we have research facilities, high-end instrument, many of high-end instrument. We have many. We can compare with other universities also. We have same instrument. We have the what you call the let's say the number of instrument, the instrument, high-end instrument that they have another university. We have also at Institute of Science. So, but why as a result, we at this level? We should be the number one of the COE in UITM. Right now, not in the number one. Why? And then, for example, related to the iOS booking system, also we have considered, this is normality. We have many instruments, so we try to do the iOS booking system. It's okay. So our researcher not having a problem in using the instrument. We have everything. But why, as a result, as a result, why we are not leading? We are not leading the research performance, high performance in UITM. So for that purpose, we have considered three strategy. Three strategy. That is, Prof, in iOS strategy that we have considered at iOS. Let me see. This for that purpose, in order to solve the why, the problem that I have mentioned just now. Okay, so we have considered three strategy that is to optimize research performance. That is number one. The second one is to elevate research awareness. And then the third one is to cultivate research engagement. So this is, we believe very important in order to come with the initiative. This is the trust. If we relate to the UITM desired state, this is trust that we have to achieve. That is to optimize the research performance. What is the research? What is the optimized research performance? This one is more related to the knowledge. For me, I don't believe that the car license is not the license for everything. With car license, maybe we cannot drive Mercedes because we are not familiar in driving the Mercedes. With car also, maybe we cannot drive. We cannot be a pilot because we only can do certain things. So meaning that even we have PhD, we have to strengthen our knowledge. That is important. We have to do more and more. We have to find out. We have to strengthen our knowledge, especially in our own area. No need to worry about other people's area because we can do collaboration with them. So in order to increase knowledge, for example, how to prove? In order to prove our knowledge, we should get research grant. We should publish more high quality journal. We should produce GOT, for example. This is related to the optimizing the research performance. The second one, this is a strategy. We are considered at UITM. The second one is elevate research awareness. This to make sure that our researchers focus on the research. Okay, focus on the research. For example, awareness on the use of instrument. We do the training. From this year, from January, we plan to do the, as I promised in the meeting, Prof, to do the comprehensive training for the instrument. Every month we schedule, and then we have done 3 times already. Because we have many high-end instruments in Institute of Science, so we managed to do the comprehensive training every month. This one way. And then we also do the activity other than activity, such as research talk at Institute of Science. That also once a month. Other than that, okay, we are doing iOS colloquium. iOS colloquium is for this sharing the knowledge on the research result. And then for the technical staff also, we have a presentation on the in charge instrument, for example. And then other than that, we many times in a year, like last month also, we have organized Malaysia Japan International Conference on Science, Technology, and Engineering. And then other than that, next month in May, we are going to co-organize. Okay, before that, the Institute of Science at Research Talk Institute of Science, we co-organize with PTAR. It is PTAR every month. Thank you so much, PTAR. And then next month, we will start to do research, to organize seminar on the research seminar with UITM Bengkel. We are going to UITM Bengkel to present. Our researchers will go there to present their research work, to introduce our research. The aim is to introduce our research area, to increase their knowledge on research, to introduce our instrument as far as we possible to get the student. Because many of their staff still, not all of their staff has PhD. That's some of the initiative. Okay? And then another thing is cultivate research management. This is research management, to cultivate research management, to have a connection with others. Many of our researchers going to the industry, do collaboration with other institutions, and then that part of the colloquium and so on. And then related to the initiative, another one, we have also many times, like in June last year, we have organized with Faculty Science Gunaan, Faculty of Applied Sciences, iOS FSG, postgraduate research seminar. So end with the publication, that one. And then next month, we are going to organize again with the Faculty of Science Gunaan to organize this iOS FSG postgraduate seminar. So that objective. So this also related to the cultivate research engagement at the same time, because to have a connection is very important. Okay. So another thing, maybe I wonder that we do not have enough time. I have many more to say actually about it. Thank you so much for the question. One more thing. Just now, our Deputy Vice Chancellor has highlighted about the this one. I think if possible, before that, I want to highlight about the proposed iOS desired state. This is iOS. Proposed iOS desired state. So, okay, go back to the, I hope that I still have time. So in order to become globally renowned research institute, okay, so we have 3 thrusts that I have mentioned just now. Strengthen research and development of the Institute of Science towards global excellence. This one, Prof, I have considered this based on your department's your item strategic planning. So we have this should have 3 thrusts. For that should come with the activity. And then to achieve that, we should have, as been proposed by your department, that should be excellent. Should synergize among our researcher, and that should have integrity. And then I want just now I said that I want to highlight, as been presented by our Deputy Vice Chancellor, is related to the knowledge, discipline, trust, diligence, and responsible. So in order to achieve the objective or the initiative that we propose, should be all of our researchers, not only Institute of Science, UITM, should understand that knowledge is very important. Start with the knowledge. And then should be discipline. Without control also, they are doing the true things. Okay? So because now we have so many things, like for example, plagiarism and so on. This is very important. And then trust should be amanah. Not only because of preparation, not only because of to achieve the KPI. Okay? And then should be diligent. Okay? So rajin, should be diligent, and then responsible. So I think that's the things that I think what I could answer at this time regarding the question that what is the initiative that we have taken at Institute Science. Thank you so much, Prof.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I think very excited answers from Prof. Russo. Yeah, and I think so it's just very quick. Yeah, it's a kind of an analogy. Yeah, for example, if let's say we are playing football with a single player, it's quite tough to strike a goal, Prof.
Yeah,
So it means it's very important to work together, as Prof highlighted in the 3 strategic planning and executions for the iOS. So inshallah, Prof, we pray for iOS. Okay, and
so
also
much.
all the other 13 center of excellence, Prof Azhar. So inshallah, even though the time is now already 11, okay, we still give some kinds of a bit extra time, for us to proceed a bit with the last cycle for our third speaker. Let us hear Prof Marijin's response in the recorded video. So I just again read the question. Please share your thoughts on how to improve as a researcher and gain international recognition, particularly in terms of raising citation and H index. Let us watch together.
Hey, hello. My name is Marijn Jansen. I'm a full professor in ICT and governance at TU Delft. And I like to work with the other people at Mara. And there's a reason for that, because you're all good researchers. And when I think about this question of how to improve as a researcher and gain international recognition, in particular in the terms of raising the citation and H index, I think that's the wrong question. The question is not about the H index or the citations or whatever. The question is about doing good research. And if you do good research, the other things will come, because it's just a measure. You can measure good research in several ways, and one of the ways is looking at the H index of the raising situation, but there are also other ways. When I look at our faculty of architecture, they will not talk about the H index. They're not interested in the H index. They're interested about good architecture designs, about innovations in the designs and the forms. Of course, they publish about it, but it's not about their citations that are important. So it's really about the domain, how you are recognized and who your international recognition. Believe me, at the architecture and building faculty, there are very famous architects who built buildings all over the world for that. There's another way of looking at it. And when I look at their output, they're often beautiful books with all kinds of pictures on it. And the pictures show what they did and their style of doing. And I think that's what research is about. When you want to gain international recognition, you have to focus first. People have to know you for a particular thing. And you have to start small, and slowly people start to know you. So the first question I put over here is, I think, is how do you measure your research impact? I think both the relevance, the impact on society, as the rigor is important. But it's often hard to combine it. And that's why you have often a portfolio. Some parts are more focused on the fundamental research, for example, looking at new kinds of methods of theorizing or something like that. And some are more application oriented. Then you try to have a societal impact. I think you need both, because you can learn from the societal impact and then do better research. And from the research, if it has no societal impact, why bother about it? I like to combine it. So that means also when I look at my own research, it's always relevant. And it's also always driven by a scientific question. I want to mention the San Francisco Declaration on Research Assessment, that we don't look at the H score anymore as well, or as the sole dominating factor. We look at other factors. And it can also be contributing to others. It can be that you work together with other researchers and you form together a team. That can also be very important, because often when you work in teams, you can have a higher impact at the end than when you're on your own. But having a focus as a researcher is essential. You want to focus on a certain type of research. And I put this over here because we try to focus on the left, on the theory and lab. But I know from our research assessment which we had a while ago, and we had an excellent, very happy with that they appreciate also that we, for example, had the DigiCampus, the collaboration with the government, but we have also some startups, people, our researcher who started an own company and a growing company with that years ago, and they employ now many people. And our politicians and our government, and they also appreciate that. So it's much more than only looking at the scientific publications. It's also about practice. And what happens when you bring it to practice? You will do more research, because that will result into research questions, and you will have more PhD candidates or more research projects and so on, and you do more research at the end. What's essential that they know for what they can do, what kind of research do you do, and what they can expect from you. I think that's very important, and a good researcher is always focused, because he wants to achieve in that field. So what are the starting points of the research? I think it's a clear scope, the focus in the area you want. You can't do it all. You can't be good in all areas. If you try to have all the areas covered, you will end up stuck in the middle or stuck at the mediocre level. You won't be the top researcher. So I think the scoping and the focus is very important. Also, a solid research approach is very important. Sometimes you need to invest in it. Oh, well, it will take half a year longer to collect your data. Yeah, that can happen. You have to know the literature in your field. All the newest developments in the field, you have to know from what is important for you. That's also why you can't be too broad, because you've tried to be broad and you need to know it all. You have to focus on your research field, on your discipline. That can also be interdisciplinary, when you create a new discipline with that. But you need to have that society. Always contribute to science with that, but also know the typical challenges for the research field. Know what's playing over there. What are the next one? If you want to become famous, you already publish about things that becomes 4 or 5 years from now popular. If you start now with ChatGPT, it's now popular, you're too late as a researcher. As a researcher, you look forward, what will happen in 4 or 5 years from now or 10 years, and that's the research. And there you can create an impact for it, is my view. But you need to have a couple of foundations. First of all, you need to have the culture of doing research. You need to have the environment, the people around you, in your offices, in your labs. They need to be in a research environment. Very important is that you have, I think, a culture of discussing and strengthening each other. And when you discuss research, you always learn from it. And when you give a presentation, people ask questions, you get feedback, you learn from it. You need to strengthen each other. When you collaborate, you strengthen each other. You help each other. I think, therefore, that team science is very important. It's not the individual. Well, of course, it's the individual. But with a team, you're much stronger if you collaborate with people. I think that's why in our collaboration also, it's very strong, because we work together and we bring something else on the table. That's team science, helping each other for that. Well, again, research is focus. Yeah. And when you look at the type of researchers, you need different types of persons. You can't have all persons like me, for example. I would never hire a person like me for that. One is sufficient over there. Well, you understand what I'm saying, you need a diversity of persons in my view. If there's already one person over there, you look for different type of persons that complement each other, that different type of research. Then you can have a good, solid foundations in my view. So this is also not an easy one, but I think when you want to have impact, it starts with good research, and good research starts with having the facilities, having the culture about you, that you really have time to do research. You shouldn't bother about all kinds of administrative things or something like that, because that can consume a lot of time, that you really can focus on your research, that you know all the in and outs of this field, and that you know it, and at one time you really are the front runner, and then the challenge is to stay at front and to keep in knowing the field. Just my thoughts about the topic. I can easily imagine that there are all kinds of other ways of looking at it. And we can discuss that also further. You see my email address over here. Good luck with the discussion and the strategic meeting, because I think those meetings, what you're having now, is really important for doing good research and taking the next step. So wish you all the best. Bye-bye.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So as highlighted by Prof. Marjan, okay, the most important thing is actually to have a good research where it gives more to the towards the societal impact, research into practice, and of course, yeah, to ensure that the foundation of strong, we develop it together through the collaboration. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, thank you all the panelists. Yeah, we have ended all the 3 round sessions of our strategy dialogue series. I think we still have a few more minutes, even though it is beyond 11 already, okay, just to have look, maybe if we have 1 or 2 questions, or at least 1 question. Okay, let me read from the screen. What will be the strategies to increase TRL level of research, UITM or Center of Excellence, so that rather than applying fundamental grants, we can start looking at industrial linkage grants like TED and etc. So maybe I pass to our Deputy Vice Chancellor, and maybe after that, Prof. Usut may add up. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ahmad Zafir, for the question. Congratulations. It shows that you're very passionate about doing research, because I think definitely you have done on doing your fundamental research, and now you want to extend your research into commercialized product, for example. Okay, for your information, the philosophy of TRL is the readiness level, which reflects the scalability of the research. If we have conducted the fundamental aspect, okay, then we have to move to another level. Okay, so to move from one stage to another, we need to conduct many measurements, and then we maybe can we can apply for prototype research, PRGS. And just to let you know, now they are still open, PRGS for 2023, from 15 March to 7 April. And the shilling is 500,000. And that's my first suggestion. And to go further, we would like to encourage you to apply SRP, Strategic Research Partnership, with industry, so that when we apply research, when we do research with industry, we know what's going on in the industry. So they can be our mentor, so that we will know what is the parameters important for commercialization, for example, to scale up the need. That's the first one. And then please refer to Deputy Vice Chancellor Office for the SRP grant. We have that grant. And then the second one, we also have MIH, Micro Industry Hub, where we gave the industry a space for them to work with us, okay, and the industry will provide allowance for the head of the lab, $900 per month. So from there, maybe you can learn from them. That's the first one. And then at Deputy Vice Chancellor Office, we also have COE and high COE that you can appoint as mentor, because they have already established partnership with industrial partners who have experience in commercializing products in the related field. And this can help you to gain insight into what is required to reach higher TRL level and fit to apply TED grants under MOSTI. And that's the first one. And the second one, maybe you can work together with BICOM to conduct market research to identify potential application for your research and ensure that your research is aligned with industry need. And the most important thing, I think, right now, you must have a commercialization plan. Okay, usually what I observe from our researchers, they only apply fundamental grant, that's it. And after that, when they finish the grant, they will apply another FRGS. So they did not come out from that circle. So I think when you finish your FRGS, from there you have already planned what's next. And try to plan to be at the end of the day, I hope that you can commercialize your product, to have your own company. And as you know that here in UITM, we have 12 startup companies. So please, you can come and talk with us at Deputy Vice Chancellor's office. Thank you so much for the question. I'm very proud to read your question just now. Very happy. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Prof. Rusop, you want to add up?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the question, Dr. Ahmad Zafir. Okay, referring to your question, first, I feel that if you already have if you have experience to obtain fundamental research grant, FRGS, maybe you can think that you should go to the next level towards the RL and so on. But here I would like to share with you one thing. As FRGS fundamental research grant scheme is the mother to all of the research grant. Not only the research grant offered by the KPT, but also actually by the MOSTI also actually the mother of the research grant, I think can be considered as FRGS, the mother of the research grant. And then if we talk about the consider building as the objective that we want to build. FRGS research grant is actually the basement. So we should be very, very strong on the basic part. We should have experience to obtain the FRGS research grant. Only we should try with other research grant. Okay, and then another thing, okay, in order to prove that we already really achieved the objective of our FRGS research grant, we have many ways, such as, for example, as been presented by our Deputy Vice Chancellor just now, we have other type of research grant, okay, like PRGS, for example. We should go towards that. And then before that or after that, ERGS research grant, and then go towards the LR research grant, for example. And at the same time, of course, we can apply the industrial research grant. So this is, I think, what I want to highlight to share with you is that, okay, if we still do not have experience on getting FRGS grant, we should focus to obtain the FRGS research grant first, because FRGS is very important to prove that we are really specialized in our own area. That's only, I think, my comment related to that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I believe maybe many more questions, but since we have constraint in terms of our time, so I think inshallah we try our best to respond it through the Vice Chancellor office, Prof Azhar letter. So Alhamdulillah, again, as we come to the end of this strategy dialogue series, series 1, I would like to thank all our distinguished panelists, both of you and also Prof Marijins, and all participants online for sharing your insight, ideas, all the strategies across the UITM and also our national and also international partners. Yeah. So again, the challenge we face are complex and multifaceted, and I hope this forum has sparked new ideas and inspired all of us to act. Especially to support our local communities and also our international community, inshallah. Once again, thank you for all the contributions from all the panels and all the good conversations or whatever question online which we are unable to answer. However, inshallah we will try to answer it later. Personally, I would like to thank as well my team led by the director of the BTU, Prof. Associate Prof. Dr. Faizul, and this program specifically led by Associate Prof. Dr. Alwi Muhammad Yunus for making this strategy dialogue series 1 a success, and also our collaborative partner Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak. Alhamdulillah, especially Puan Syahidatul Akman and her team for endless support. Again, before we end this session, allow me to read a translation of one verse of Al-Quran, Surah 45, Al-Jatiyah, verse 15. Whoever does a good deed, it is for himself. And whoever does evil, it is again the self. Then to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will be returned. By that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.